Good morning and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for July 19th, 2021. I am Mom. How's everybody doing today? Let's see if I can move this off my screen. That goes over there. That goes over there. And that goes right back there. Excuse me for coughing. All right. So I got up quite late for me. Okay, that's not true. I got up at 4:45 this morning, but kind of sat in bed when late night getting home. Early morning getting up in another week. Another week, another 1,000 GPL. Speaking of GPL, let's see what we've got for endeavors today. We have got repair shields in space, destroy Undine ships, and complete 3 Iconian TFOs. I don't know. Can't do 3 Iconian TFOs in the morning, that's for sure. Do I want to do 3 in total, though? Let's see what's up on my Iconians. Gateway to Grethor, Herald Sphere, and Bug Hunt, Brotherhood of the Sword. We could do some of those tonight, maybe. Or we could re-roll it and see if we got something better. Let's re-roll. See if maybe we can get everything this morning. Not real big on any of those, but let's see. Tetrion damage on the ground. Yeah, much easier to do that. Okay, Undine ships in space. What are we going to do for that one? Does that say there's a patrol with Undine ships? Okay. I have 6 endeavors on here. That's really weird. I'm sure it's just holding them from yesterday because I didn't do them yesterday. I'm curious what happens if we went and did them. Would we get double endeavors? Would we just do other things? Let's change that one out there. Anybody curious what happens? I'm curious. Let's see. If I've got home queued up. I'm just curious. Oh, perfect. I'm sure that's a glitch. I'm sure when I change maps that's going to change, but still, wouldn't that be interesting? It's only 10 frigates. It's not going to take us that long.
I arrived here ahead of you and
Let's get those 10 done. Oh, shoot. I switched out the ship.
Yes, it's yours, mate. Attacking fashion. Has it? Some might argue.
I know it's not counting them off, but let's finish up the sequence and see if anything happened. Okay, just for snicks. Oh, it did dump them as soon as we changed the maps. Darn it. Oh, well, that was fun for a moment. Let's see. We touch on the ground, repair shields in space. Let's see if we can jump directly over there. We can. Good. Well, for a moment there I was hopeful that we'd get 2 sets of them done at once. I did not play the game yesterday, except for my dailies. Speaking of, I will have the ship today. Let's see, do we want to do this one? Yeah, let's do this one right here. We only have 10 to do. Oh, somebody's already there. That's rude. We won't be rude. Space bagels, no thank you. I was home for the weekend visiting my family. And unbeknownst... Good, my GPS signal has been lost. I'm not in the car, and I'm not GPSing, but such is life. Let's be nice and hang around here. Come on, let's turn ship. I switched over to this ship because I'm having such issues with the inertia on the other ship. Hard to accelerate, and once it gets moving, impossible to stop, which gets to be an issue. So it's a little bit better control, a little bit better movement on this one. Go ahead and get him, sir. We'll spawn more now, and that guy can have the first ones. There we go. Just because it's rude to take them all. I'm the guest here. Well, that was excellent. Obviously, I haven't really set up this one at all. Oh, speaking of setting up ships and trays and all that good stuff, I chatted with Ed for a couple hours yesterday, mostly discussing politics in Germany, so I'm going to have to study up for the next time we chat. And by the way, yes, he is fine and safe, even though he's in the flood areas. His town is a couple hundred meters higher in elevation, so they're not having direct issues with flooding. Swear to goodness. Okay, now we can take some. Other people are here. Do like that artillery. I don't like the inability to turn at the moment. There we go. Yeah, it's my keyboard. Just out of curiosity, though, where are we? We are at 6 out of 10. So hopefully we'll get a few more here. I see we're back to infinity lockboxes. Okay, we got our 10 there. Yay. And didn't nothing for repair shields in space. A problem when a ship's got decent shields is they don't take damage. And Tetrian damage on the ground. Tell you what, let's see if we can go take a patrol. We'll do a little wanted and see if we do some damage. Good morning, Kadargo. How are you doing today? By the way, thank you for the messages that you occasionally send. I appreciate it. I love hearing from people outside of the game. I actually have a few people who will call me, aside from Ed. And I get messages every now and then from folks, and it totally makes my day. Sitting at my desk, sometimes bored out of my mind doing some of the tasks I have. And then I get to hear from you guys, and it's just like, yay! My day is good. Okay, I gotta switch something up here. For whatever reason, I didn't put evasive maneuvers on. And that makes me crazy if I can't pivot. The turn rate's better on the ship, but it's still slow. Come on, seriously? Not taking any damage?
Separate them and whittle down their numbers. We will not go quietly.
I can wait for winter. I can wait for winter. Yeah, it's hot here too, but last winter, admittedly, it was atypically cold here. That's one reason I moved down here, is a little bit warmer than Chicago, but holy crud, I couldn't get warm.
Sensors are picking up small habitations.
And of course there were no gyms open last winter, so I couldn't even go sit in the sauna to try and warm up a bit. But we're out of lockdown, we're out of all precautions as long as you've been vaccinated, and since my job requires that we be vaccinated, we've all been vaccinated since February. Well, almost all of us. But like I said, I can't get warm. Past few days it's been 70s, which is normally fine. I've had to wear a jacket. Kind of looking forward to Vegas. So if you've remembered our previous experiences, the Rio, where they have the convention, they have an air conditioner for the main building for the convention area, and it's got an on-off function. It doesn't have a temperature function, so it's either freaking cold or freaking cold. So DT and I would take, alternate turns and go outside for 5 minutes and try and warm up. Okay, why am I not taking any damage? Look at this. Shields are taking nothing for damage. The first year we did Vegas, we went with a Ryza theme. This year, because we're just doing a table and not a booth, we don't really have a theme. But, we had swimsuits and Hawaiian shirts and stuff like that, t-shirts. And by day 2, I have to go buy some sweatpants. This is the second time I've gone to Las Vegas and had to buy sweatpants. Because it was so gosh darn cold.
Recommend that you get underway and head for secure space. We have the sun.
And then last year, 2 years ago, while the convention center was cold, our apartment that we had rented was not well air conditioned. And of course, I'm here. I'm in an area where if it's too warm in the apartment, you open the window. Can't do that there. I mean, you can open the windows, but it's going from being uncomfortable to being really uncomfortable. Oh, okay, that's why I'm back here. Alright, so much for that one. Let's see, hold on. Do we have any Tetrion weapons? I have some cyclics, those will work. Let's do that one. And, fine. Let's get rid of some stuff. There we go. Yes, thank you. Okay. What do we want to do for some ground? While we're here, let's see if we can do an easy way and get straight over there. So, Catargo, where are you that you can't wait for winter and that's so hot now? Don't be specific, you can be general. England. Oh, how hot is it in England? Of course, I've been to England in the winter, and with some exceptions, it doesn't get that bad for cold. I mean, I was there, and people were like, "Oh, you gotta bring your winter coat and all this stuff," and so I got a nice warm coat. I get there, and it's 40 degrees, spring weather. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going to the park. No, I'm not going to the park. I guess we'll go to the city. Nope. So I do need to go back to England once everything's off restrictions again. My friend and I used to go to London, and we'd do like a week of just going to the theater. Restaurants, theater, daytimes do parks. Sometimes museums. Oops, you know what? If you're gonna do the cyclic, you might want to make sure you've got the right one. What are we doing here? Phaser. Plasma. Come on. That's interesting. That's not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be there. There we go. There, and a little Tetrion. Now let's see if we can shoot some stuff. There we go. Not much damage, though. Let us head north. Is that where we want to go? No, that's where we want to go. But I guess we're going to go this way. Okay, so pleasant. We would call that pleasant weather. Oh, we completely lost that one. Alright, we'll go fix that. Though that might be a little warm for you guys. That's like typical Chicago weather. But typical Chicago, Indianapolis is 88 degrees and 75% humidity. So you're steaming. And as I've said, I'm good with that. But my husband, nope. So the air conditioner's on at the house, which I hate. And he, being so happy to have me home, turned off the air conditioner so I'd be comfortable. Yay! Here come my guys, finally. We're going to have to get speed boosts on our bridge officers. Come on, guys. Get your butts over here. Well, we're at 1,900 out of 20,000 damage. We got some ways to go here. And we haven't even done repair shields in space. Goodness. What have you got? Let's see if we got anything else. We'll give you that one. Tori, you can have... Do I have anything else? Seriously, I don't have anything else. There we go. Okay. See if that helps. Okay, so going on my wish list of things I would like to see in the next few years come out in the game is revamp some of these ground battle zones to make them a little bit more challenging. Don't need to up the lithium, I mean, that'd be lovely, but I just want to have the fights be more fun. I mean, when the Voth specialists are harder to kill than the battle mix, something's a little unbalanced. Okay, that brings us up to 11,000, a little over halfway. Recaptured that one. And, ooh, we're losing stuff like crazy. Ugh, I hate the eyes. You know what's going to happen? We're going to get this zone and it's going to pop. Stop shooting at me. Hey, Rigmarole. I like your name. Thank you very much for the follow. How are you doing this morning? Should give everyone an update on Vegas. We are 3 weeks out. 3 weeks from today, we will be there in Vegas. But we're going to go up to Utah, first day in Vegas, to go visit Board King, because he can't make it to the convention. When you can't get to the convention comes to you. I knew it. 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 I don't think I can get there fast enough. All the way south, all the way to the west. Ugh. Even with all my speed boosts, I don't think it's going to happen. And yes, I know there's the countdown on the side. Stop shooting me! I'm running, darn it. Exactly. Alright, there he is. Oh, goody, still got some damage to be done. Yay. Nobody got these guys yet? Back in the day, back when this used to be the thing, when it was still new, the medics would respawn. And they would come back. It would be a pain in the butt if you weren't getting the dino fast enough and the medics were respawning. You could lose these pretty easily. It's harder to do that now. With any luck, we'll get our 20,000 damage. The thing I hate about the city is there's no easy way to get to one of the other zones. Run back to the center, try and get a transporter, try and get to the new location. And they just get killed too fast.
silos are under Allied control.
Point in case. But at least I got my 20,000 damage, so yay. Let's beam back up and get back to Ryza, and we'll grab the other account and go do that one. Not bad for timing, 6:26, so half an hour to get through it. So as I said, we are 3 weeks away from Vegas. 3 weeks tomorrow will be the beginning of the convention. That's the premiere night. And it officially starts 3 weeks from Wednesday. So, it means I have to go finish buying all the stuff tonight and get it shipped over to DT. Because I refuse to spend $30 to ship clothes there. Well, that's not true. I'm going to spend $30 to ship clothes there. But I'm going to send it by UPS. And then you get off the plane and you go straight over to the car rental counter. And you are done. Oh, other account. Other account. Let's switch that for a sec. And we're back. And let's grab Gorny.
The limited time rewards
Oh.
ended. You can
Okay,
still see
Gorn has to
our
defeat
artifacts,
Gorn on
but
Nimbus,
only
destroy
the
Voth
scan
ships in the Dyson Sphere, and destroy Herc frigates. You know, I just did Voth ships. Or I just did the Dyson Sphere. Let's do the frigates first. With my luck, I've got home queued up for the other side. Oh, no, I'm good. Okay, we're good.
I arrived here ahead of. I'm afraid.
How many do I have to
that
do
wire
again?
Agreed.
We may be needing your solution to this problem soon.
60 of them. No problems.
Yes, since yours may have spectacular fashion.
Has it? Some might argue it's
Wow, this ship does not want to turn today. Ooh. There we go. So I was talking to Ed about this, about keyboards just kind of deteriorating with time. He's got an old Logitech, which lasted forever, but of course, you know, companies' best interests are not in making a piece of equipment that lasts forever, because then you don't get more sales. So this is a not too expensive, what is it? It's a Rocket? Yeah, it's a Rocket. $30 keyboard and mouse. Not bad for gaming, not great. And it's lasted 2 years, so price-wise, definitely worth it. Fabulous? No. Am I that good? No. Is my internet that good? No. But I definitely can feel the difference between now and what it was. It has lost a lot of the reaction. And at $25 for a meh keyboard, okay, you can afford it. Hey, take care, Cadargo. It's Monday. Monday of a payroll. I'm going to work hard. But then the rest of this week is going to be a snooze. You two, take care. Be awesome. For everybody else who's out there, you are more than welcome to join us in chat every morning. We have open mic on the evening shows for the most part. As long as you stay on topic, we are good. Every now and then we get people going way off topic. Topic, of course, being Star Trek or something related to it. Try not to get into politics too often. Okay, yeah, we always get into politics, but... Alright, we are at 59, 57, sorry. It's always hard to read the difference in 6 and 8 because I shrunk the fonts down. Voth ship's next, so let's get out of this fight. It's gonna let me transwarp? Probably not. Ooh, it's gonna let me transwarp. Sweet. Bread and circuses. Now, hopefully we're referring back to our Star Trek episodes. No, of course not. I'm the only one old enough to remember that stuff. Alright, where are we going? We're going to space? No, we're going to Voth. Okay. Down. I actually try and stay out of the general sense of entertainment sometimes. So, one of the things that started with, of all companies, Netflix, is the concept of the micro-entertainment. That is not going for the big masses, but entertaining a lot of people with more niche items. Have I never played this? I've played this, okay. There we go. Get up to that one. Back when you did all of your video entertainment by renting videos from Blockbuster and things like that, Netflix came out with the concept of being able to rent DVDs on very niche and specific genres. So I used to get all of my anime stuff from them, and I'd get weird stuff that you couldn't get on TV, and the only other thing would be like from Crunchyroll. And I discovered that they actually had a full market for doing these small areas of entertainment. You know, everybody was entertained by ABC, NBC, things like that. And all of a sudden, they were getting this really small niche area of interest. And it was profitable. With the demise, or at least the downplaying of a lot of the big networks. Let's make sure I've got something coming up here. There he is. I was looking for Captain Katang. Turns out there's a market for just, 5 people wanting to watch this stuff. It was worth it. Because you only have to have one DVD and you send it to all 5. And of course, permission to do it, different thing, but okay. Was it a great marketing thing? Not really. Well, great marketing thing, but they weren't able to fulfill it because a lot of times there would be a disc and you'd be waiting weeks or months to get it. Did I get my... Got 5 of my 10? But it was an interesting approach, and it's actually the way more companies are doing it now. When you've got 87 different ways to see stuff, you can entertain more people by appealing to broader to narrower markets. Good morning, Zork Player. How are you this morning? By the way, I do apologize for not being here on Friday. I've been spending way too much time driving around, and it finally caught up to me Friday morning. Especially since I still had a good 6 hours in the car that day. Dark Moon works too, I'll take it. What have I got here? I've got 8. I need 2 more. Come on, 2 more, that's all I need. There they are. I shall get you. And your little dog too. The named ones! Yay, the named ones are out, yay! Yeah, I shouldn't do the named ones, but what the heck. Autocorrect? You're like me and you sit on one letter too long? Oh goodness, they're gonna give me the whole bunch. I haven't played Myst in forever. Back in the day. Way back in the day. But mostly because we were putting in new computers at work, and somebody decided to put that on there so we could test out screens, which I know sounds stupid, but it worked great. And of course, after we got all the computers set up, did they take them off? No. Did we run in there at lunch and play all the time? Yes. I'm going to assume you mean descent, as opposed to decent. Okay, yes. Hey, is mist still a thing?
Congratulations, General.
Aw, we're done there. Bummer. Alright, what's left? Gorn on Nimbus. Somebody was asking me if Star Trek Online was still a thing. Casual acquaintance doesn't know what I do for fun. And I said, yeah, like, I ask people every now and then, is Final Fantasy still a thing? And they just give me that look of, duh, yes, it's still a thing. But you know, games come and go, especially the ones that are released, and then you get another version of it, and I lose track of what's what. I know I should do the whole sequence, but I'm not going to. Let me go get my Gorn, and then I can go back to Nimbus and partay. I think if I had more spare time, I'd play more games, but... Which came to the really interesting conversation with my husband this weekend of, do I retire? If I retired, I could write full-time and play games more often. Both of which are interesting thoughts. But if I retire, then limited income for the next few years. While I'm still healthy and he's still alive, and you know, there's things we want to do while we're both in decent shape. Alright, Gorn, I'm ready for you. Now we'll just patiently wait here for the Gorn to respawn. So let's see, recently games, aside from Star Trek Online, that I'm even vaguely aware of is Final Fantasy, obviously. The new Warhammer game, which is awesome. I probably should play it more than I do, but I don't. What else is out there lately, though? And getting back to your rigmarole, I don't follow politics, except when I'm having conversations with people. There's a new Warhammer Online game, the name of which totally eludes me at the moment, which it really shouldn't, which is embarrassing. Because I was just chatting about it with friends. We'll ignore the fact that the new orcs are coming out. No, it's not Sunset. Gosh darn it, what is it? It's not Age of Reckoning. It's the other one. Maybe it is Age of Reckoning. No, it's not. Thank you. It is Return of Reckoning. Okay, I stand corrected. It's Return of Reckoning. It's more strategic. Well, of course, most of Warhammer is strategic. But, do you play Warhammer at all? So you know how basically With this one, it's less ability from the board game where you can figure out what your army is, what your points strategy is, and you can go in whether you're going to play with one giant titan if you're allowed to go that high, or you're going to go in with a huge number of ground troops, i.e. orcs or Gretchens. There we go. Sorry. We'll come down here and shoot these guys up real quick. That's interesting. There we go. Yep. Well, there's 40k and there's Age of Sigmar. So you can go either way. I play both. My son, being the loving son that he is, bought me a set of... an Age of Sigmar set. But I will say that I'm more of a 40k. I did have a really, really nice army for a long time. Then I got away from the game. I sold my armies. And he bought me the Sisters of Battle army. And now I also have the Daughters of Cain, which I'm still building. I gotta love the nuns with guns concept. Okay, we got that one. Let's go back to Ryza. Let's see if it'll let me do it from here. It will let me do it from here. Yay. I have a tabletop army, but there's also an online game, because not everybody plays tabletop. And with COVID being an issue, the stores wouldn't let you go in and have armies. You couldn't play in store. So the online games kind of hit a resurgence. I mean, there's always been a couple of onlines. Where are we at? Ugh, I missed the dance-off. Okay. Fine, we'll do something else then. So as I said, I've got Daughters of Cain and I've got my Sisters of Battle armies, both of which I like to play. I haven't finished my Daughters of Cain army yet.
Say, friend, can I get your help with something?
I didn't play that one at all.
There's a bunch of... How can I help?
Probably because of COVID, this is the first year where I've seriously been dealing with anything online with Warhammer. Because if you want to even buy stuff until a couple months ago, you had to order it and then you could walk in and they'd come out to the curb with it. And that's, you know, half the fun is being able to go in and chat with people. It's why I like this. I can chat with you guys. Okie dokie. Missed that one. Let's do there. But tabletop is back, at least here. We're in phase 5, so basically restrictions are done as long as you've had your vaccinations. If you haven't, restrictions are done, just wear a mask. I trust people to wear their masks. If you've not gotten your shots.
You found it! Quickly, dig it up and bring it back to me at my camp.
As I said, we're not required to for work, but you're really stupid if you don't, because we actually have to play with contaminated stuff. Okay, let's see how we like this one today. And join the race. So, going back to what armies I had. I had a Necron army, which I bought used, stripped them down, redid them. The person who had it really believed in masses of troops, so had a lot of troops that you could put into a battle, which was great if you're playing like a 500-point battle. But if you're going for 1,000 points, now you're talking about an absolutely huge army. And while that was great, you could overrun them with sheer quantity. If they had any strategy or knowledge of tactics, which unfortunately my son's friend does, they'd kick your butt every single time. Which happened, I got my butt kicked every single time. So re-strategized to having a couple of bigger pieces, which was okay, but then you're investing a fair amount of money. So then you really got to think, okay, I'm going to spend $50, $100 to buy a single piece. How can I use this most effectively? So there's two strategies. One on how you're going to use them on the game, and more importantly for me, how you're going to spend your money to get those pieces. And yes, even because my son works for them, I don't get a discount. And Warhammer does not do sales. Which leads me to my absolute favorite Warhammer story, which is I decided on vacation one year in England to go to Nottingham to go to Forge World. And very hot day. Even though it was spring, super hot day. About 80 degrees. I was dressed for 60-degree weather. So first thing, I'm hot, I'm tired, I've been on the bus for on the train for a couple hours. Hot, thirsty, I go to Bugman's Bar. Not smart. Have myself a long, cool, delicious beer. And then I go to the store and start shopping. Which is why my son now has a Titan. This is before he worked for them. Did I buy myself an army? No. Did I buy my son a $300 toy? Yes, I did. If you do get the chance, though, go there. The armies they've got on display, which are the ones that they use in the magazines, are so beautifully done. They have a whole museum, a library that's just beautiful. Yep, lifetime memberships are great. This account here is my free-to-play. There we go. Okay, we'll do this one. Which I like it. I will take the lifetime anytime, but Ed and I were discussing, can you make free-to-play work? Yes, you can. But it's actually more work. And if you're like me and you actually have a job where the hourly rates are kind of important, I think, okay, it would take me 10 hours of work to pay for a lifetime membership. Do I spend more than 10 hours a week just trying to keep up with the day-to-day stuff? Yes, I do. And then to acquire anything is a huge investment of time, which I would be getting faster with free-to-play or with lifetime membership. But the point was we wanted to prove that you can get good stuff even if you do free-to-play. You can. It just takes time. Good morning, Mr. Dave. 3 weeks or 3 weeks? Are you there all 5 days, Mr. Dave? Ooh, we've got a Horgahn hunt. I'll have time to play a few minutes of Horgahniness with you guys before I have to head out. So as I've said before, I started playing in beta. The end of beta, but still in beta. And I've been playing pretty continuously for the 11 years since then. Hey, Mr. Dave, I have been told that Creation will continue to have an event in Las Vegas every year, but it won't be an official Star Trek event, because that's going to go to Reed Pop, and that'll be in Chicago at least for a while. It's moving to Bally's. Okay. Bally's is... I know where Bally's is. Well, does that lead to the idea that the Rio is finally going to get rebuilt, torn down, and reconstructed? I've heard that rumor now for 4 years. I don't know that it's true. Definitely needs renovation. But when I started Rigmarole, it was a monthly subscription, which after 3 months, my husband's like, just buy the damn lifetime. I'll pay for it because you play every day. But the game has changed a lot. I mean, hugely changed after a year. Then redid it and redid it and redid it. So now I go back and people will be like, do you remember when? And I'm like, no, I don't remember that. It's changed a lot. A few of my favorite missions are completely gone, though, and I'd love to see them come back. And I'd love to see a way to re-envelop the Foundry, which I really miss. Almost needs to be kind of a standalone concept. You know, the Foundry being over here on a different server so it doesn't keep crashing it when they have new content come out. So if it moves to the to Bally's, that means it's harder to get to, but I don't really like Bally's in terms of the hotel. DT wants to keep doing it in Vegas every year, so we do Chicago and Vegas. I have to figure out how we justify that price, because that's a lot of money. Maybe we do a table at Bally's and we do the booth in Chicago.
The Horgahn hunt has started. Talk
Welcome
to
to
the Horgahn
Rice.
collector to participate.
Welcome to Rice.
So we're going to have this one, I see. Ah! Misjudged that jump. So I've got to reset the options on my laptop. On this one, when you hit the Horgahns, it automatically picks it up. On my laptop, you actually have to cue it on and off. Oops, we're in there, aren't we? I hate the one in here, because it's behind those two trees. Okay, fine. We'll go the other way. We'll have some fun. Yep, I know exactly where Bally's is. Actually, you know, if we stayed at the Paris, it wouldn't be too bad. But I've never been to... Do they have a convention center, Bally's? Which one are we doing? We're doing that one, aren't we? Yep. There we go. Ooh, I can hear my computer chugging away. Definitely need to work on that hard drive this week. Oops, did I get it? Oop. Okay. Does anybody else have that glitch? Or even if you take off the floater, you're still floating? Normally do this the other direction, and just for fun I thought I'd come around this way. And boy, does that mess with your brain.
You found 10 Horgahn.
You don't take the floater off?
Get a bonus reward.
I meant in general, not specifically in this one.
Looks like you found quite a few Horgahn.
Depending on your speed, I find sometimes it's easier to jump off of it and land. Because if the floater doesn't want to stop on time, and that's part of my internet issue, you overshoot it, you stop, you have to hover back, blah, blah, blah. So I usually jump off the floater, land as close as possible, usually land on it.
Welcome to Rice. Welcome to Rice.
So on average, I can get 5. Okay, so here I am, hovering not quite there. Versus, this should be the same one. Ugh, I hate the second one. Land. For me, that's a little bit faster. So I should be able to get 5 to 5.5 of the hunts done each time. Surf race, yeah, there's a bit of finessing involved with that one. The Future Flyer has definitely got the better maneuverability. And then the impulsives and the new stem bolts have the definite advantage in speed. But if you hit the power up and you're on the impulsive, you're going to wipe out. So I do stupid things like I will try and let somebody else get the first power up. Oops, overshot that one. Yes, I know I'm going to deliberately skip one that's right around the corner there. But I lose so much time in making the turn. Good morning, BTD. How are you doing? Oops, did we get it?
Found 10 Horgahn. Looks
I
like
got my
you found the
Horgahns. Jump to stop. Gosh darn it. Oh, clicking the flag? Yeah. Slow down just before you get there. Or completely stop. Are you using your mouse to control it?
Welcome to Risa.
Or are you using arrow keys?
Welcome to Risa.
Where am I? I'm right there. If you're using your mouse and you're double or holding them both down left and right at the same time, let your fingers up off of it. You'll have some inertia. And I'm on a different keyboard than I was last night, so it's taking me a little while to get my rhythm down here. Try using your mouse instead of the keyboard for controlling the surfboard. It took me a long time to get used to that because I used to do arrow keys, and then our then Fleet Master Ver suggested trying the mouse keys, and after a while I realized he was right. Darn you, Ver, for being right. Ver is still our Fleet Admiral, Senior Fleet Admiral, but he doesn't play very often because, you know, real life. So I try and be a good, responsible Fleet Admiral while Ver's not here. But if you're out there and listening, Ver, hi. I messed that one up. Maybe not. Yeah, I should do a keybind for it. My problem is my favorite keybind is I put the floater on 4, and I forget when I'm on the surfboard and I hit the wrong keybind, and all of a sudden I've done the wrong thing. I mean, seriously, the wrong thing. And get disqualified. It's interesting, I've had the same map 3 times in a row now. Ooh. Yeah, and it's always because I'm stupid. And it's because I put my floater on 4, which is easy for me to reach up and grab. Hence, this is what I'm doing right now, is floaters on 4. And it becomes my reaction. Where are we at? We're at 7 o'clock. Gosh darn it. Do I have time for one more? Yeah, I do. Probably don't, but we're going to pretend I do. Let's do... Nope, Kukakachu isn't there yet. Come on, Complicatus. It's worse than frustrating, though. It's embarrassing.
Welcome to Risa. Welcome to Risa. Have you picked the first fork?
Yeah,
Welcome to
yeah.
Risa.
There we go. Very close to the island. Let's do the island. We haven't been out here for a while. And I get the other map. Yay! Do I know anything about the Doctor Who card game? I do not. But I love Doctor Who. Well, I love Doctor Who up until Peter Capaldi. Oops, wrong map. Wrong map, Mom. Wrong map. Peter Capaldi had some episodes, but the writing had gone downhill after Matt Smith, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. Though I will say there were a couple of excellent Capaldi episodes. I think it was my last trip home from England. I was catching up because they were doing that as one of the shows you could watch on the airplanes. Yes, I always fly British Air, so I always get to watch something good. Capaldi? I don't have anything against him. I just thought the scripts weren't as good as they had been. And there were a few good ones in there. But I think David Tennant or Christopher Eccleston really were my faves of the latest bunch. Though I'm old school and love Tom Baker. Yeah, I agree, but I understand he only wanted to do the one season of it. Which is too bad, but he was great. The Doctor Dances is still one of my favorite episodes. Let's see. Did I get it? I got it.
Welcome to Rice.
Well, at least I ended that one. Yep, Tom Baker was my first Doctor. My son started with Tom Baker, obviously younger generation, and then worked back and found some of the old original Doctors, and for the life of me, I can't remember his name. The second Doctor was still, and still is, his favorite. So, you know, yay for the internet. He gets to go back and see all that old stuff. All right, folks, I have to go to work. I have to go make a living so I can come back and do this again. But we will be back in 11 hours and 56 minutes for the show tonight. And tomorrow. I won't be here Thursday, and whether or not we have a show on Thursday night will be up to DT's internet, because that's been really for him lately. So we'll see you in about 12 hours. So everyone take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.